Hello, my friends. Welcome. Today, we're going to be talking about the CAPM exam, CAPM. It stands for Certified Associate in Project Management. Now, the really cool thing about this certification from the Project Management Institute is you do not need to have a degree. You can start as a high school diploma holder. So to get started with your CAPM, I advise you to go to the PMI's website, pmi.org, and you can learn more about the CAPM exam. So let's do that. Let's go to pmi.org and let's find out more about this certification. So go to certifications and look for CAPM, click on it, and that's all the information. Now in 2022, this exam will change, but right now it is still based on the 6th edition of the PMBOK Guide. It reads, while the PMBOK Guide 7th edition is now available, the CAPM exam is based on the PMBOK Guide 6th edition. Please continue using the PMBOK Guide 6th edition as your test preparation tool. More information can be found in the CAPM handbook. Stay tuned for information and updates on the upcoming CAPM exam change in 2022. It says stay tuned. But watch this. We will give you 6 months notice before the exam changes. That was close. So right now, you do not need the 7th edition. Right now, you can still work with the 6th edition because I know some of you started this journey way back. Now, another cool thing, we have started a CAPM exam masterclass. That's right, CAPM exam masterclass. If you go on down to the website, praizion.com, that's praizion.com, you can sign up for this really affordable, awesome masterclass for the CAPM. So just scroll down and look for that image there, CAPM exam masterclass. Click on that. It will take you to the CAPM exam masterclass page where you can sign up and you can get a really awesome deal going on right now. Now let's take a look at the syllabus. The syllabus, as you can see, everything in the PMBOK guide from chapters 1 to 13 plus Agile. Because believe it or not, there is Agile content on the CAPM exam. If you go to the CAPM exam handbook, you can read a little bit about what is on the exam. You can read about the CAPM exam blueprint. If you make this bigger, you can see that we have coverage from all the chapters from 1 to 13. But what you don't see in this image is Agile is also on this exam. There's also Agile coverage on the CAPM exam. So to find that out in more detail, we'll open up the CAPM exam content outline. So let's go on to that document and I'll endeavor to put all these links below. So going over to the CAPM exam content outline, you scroll down and go to the page where the contents are discussed. You can see here's the basics of chapter 1 and 2 and 3, but the moment you get to chapter 4, you begin to see the Agile buzzword bit by bit raising its head. So chapter 4 is all about integration, talks about understanding concepts, talks about tailoring, and talks about identifying methods and so on. The moment you begin to get into chapter 5 and 6, it becomes more obvious that there is Agile on this exam. Now in integration, you integrate stuff. It could be that the team does a lot of the integration on Agile projects, but it's not that obvious reading the description until you get to chapter 5 and you begin to see Agile. There's Agile again in chapter 6. And you see this whole Agile narrative. There it is in chapter 7, Agile and adaptive environments for cost management. You see it again. As you just go through this document, you begin to see more and more Agile coverage. So there is Agile on the exam. And that's why part of this syllabus is to hammer the area of Agile squarely. Agile basics, and we also cover the CAPM outline. If you are thinking of taking the CAPM exam, I highly advise this curriculum because it is extremely detailed. We're going to be going through every chapter in the PMBOK Guide 6th edition. For those of you who may already be PMPs, but you don't really know what's in the PMBOK Guide 6th edition to the degree that you should, would also advise you to come on this course. You can get PDUs from attending this course. Anyone who is really serious about learning project management the right way, learning the basics and building on that, understanding the process groups and the knowledge areas and how Agile pans into this, do attend. In addition to the 6th edition, we're also going to be going through the Agile Practice Guide. Okay, the Agile Practice Guide is another one I have in my library here. And this is a book that came along with the 6th edition. They kind of go hand in hand, but there's a lot of content on pages 91, 92 that we're going to be covering, because that will sensitize you to understanding how Agile and the plan-driven methods could kind of work together, or how the descriptions of the knowledge areas can also be used going into the world of Agile to explain the components of a project. It's quite a good read. We're going to be going through that stuff as well. Okay, so one more time, I will share with you the website information. Go on down to Praizion.com, Praizion spelt Praizion. Let me show you that again. Praizion.com. Okay, and when you get there, look out for the CAPM Masterclass. It is truly a masterclass, because what you'll find is people go into the PMP exam, and some of them actually pass the exam, but they don't know, believe it or not, the knowledge areas, the process groups, and the structure very well. But as I've shown you, that is the stuff that is tested on the CAPM. You see, you have some people going into the CAPM and they're not able to get an above target, and they go into the PMP and they get an above target. You know, the reason is the knowledge in the CAPM is very specific. Now, I got certified at first as a CAPM in 2011, and I took the exam after my PMP because my students said, Phil, you don't know how tough the exam is. You should take it for yourself. So I did. And every 5 years, the PMI requested that you took the exam in the past. So I took it again in 2016. But 5 years later in 2021, I don't have to take it because the PMI have now put the PDU arrangements in place, where if you've got 15 PDUs, you can just extend your CAPM and for another 5 years. So it's every 5 years and 15 PDUs. And I find that to be absolutely remarkable. So if you go to the CAPM exam handbook and you just do a search for PDUs, see the professional development units. Actually, this is not 5 years. I take that back. This is 3 years. So it's just like the other certifications. Every 3 years, you're meant to get 15. That would have been so generous to just get 15 every 5 years. No, it's 15 every 3 years, just like the PMP. So every 3 years, if you get your PDUs and you follow through, you'll be able to renew your CAPM. You won't have to take the exam over and over again like I did. So I didn't take the exam for the 3rd time. I took it twice. 2011, 2016, I renewed by taking it again. And 2021, I don't have to take it again. I just renewed a few months ago. So that's really cool. All right. If this sounds like something you want to do, go ahead and sign up. Again, the website you need to go to is Praizion.com. If you've got any questions whatsoever, just send them to info@Praizion.com. And we will get back to you as soon as we can with answers, okay? For those of you who are keener on taking the PMP, for the PMP, you need to go to a different website to register. It's projectmanagementmasterclass.com, or you can go back to the Praizion site and look around. If you go back to the Praizion site over here, there's the PMP exam masterclass. We are starting both programs for 2022, okay? The CAPM program starts on the 5th of January. So we mean business, we're going really strong on this one. And for the PMP, it's the 8th of January, okay? The CAPM curriculum is gonna be Wednesdays and Fridays, okay? Wednesdays and Fridays, that's the curriculum. Let's go there again, here you go. So Wednesdays, Fridays, Wednesdays, Fridays. And the goal is to get you 23 contact hours for the exam. That's the other prerequisite. High school diploma and your 23 hours, okay? If you've got any questions, don't hesitate, send them to us and we'll get back to you as soon as we can, all right? Thank you very much. You take care, and I will speak to you very soon, hopefully. Bye for now.